basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more news from the Golden State Warriors, but before that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. The Warriors lost a great player who is seriously injured and no longer plays this season. The Warriors are looking to replace the NBA market with solid players who would fit perfectly with Stephen Curry and Draymond Green. Warriors give up Brandon Podziemski to bring great player from Nets. Replacing 3-and-D guard De'Anthony Melton in such a short space of time will be no easy task for the Golden State Warriors. Strength in numbers is a motto the Golden State Warriors have been living by heading into the 2024-25 NBA campaign. However, that approach is suddenly being put to the test following the latest unfortunate news involving point guard De'Anthony Melton. According to an official team statement, Melton will undergo season-ending surgery in the near future after being diagnosed with a sprained left ACL. Ultimately, further testing indicated that going under the knife was the best course for the 26-year-old. Melton signed with the Warriors last offseason and wasted no time proving he was a valuable addition. He averaged 10.3 points, 3.3 rebounds, 2.8 assists, and 1.2 steals per game while shooting 37.1% from three. His ability to space the floor offensively while providing stout perimeter defense will be difficult to replicate. The Golden State Warriors can set themselves up for now and the future by making a big trade with the Brooklyn Nets for a young star. The Golden State Warriors are sitting pretty atop the Western Conference after starting their season 11-3. They were dealt a blow this week with De'Anthony Melton being ruled out for the season with an ACL injury, as the Warriors turn to their deep rotational cast to provide backup and continue their winning ways ahead of a tough stretch of games. The Brooklyn Nets are reportedly willing to listen to offers on all players on their roster, leaving young guard Cam Thomas unprotected as well, with the right offer taking him to a new destination. The Warriors have been looking for a major self-creating scorer, trying to trade for Paul George and Lauri Markkanen in the summer, but can they take a riskier plunge for Cam Thomas and develop him as Stephen Curry's co-star? It could be a fruitful move, but with a potentially risky cost. Golden State Warriors receive Cam Thomas. Brooklyn Nets receive Brandon Podziemski, 2025 first-round pick, GSW, 2026 second-round pick, ATL. The Warriors protected Podziemski heavily over the summer, viewing him as a rotational player who can fit alongside their stars and develop into one in the coming years. He's a major offensive liability, so trading on his upside along with one first-round pick and multiple second-round picks could create an enticing enough situation for the Nets to accept it and the Warriors to add a major piece. The Warriors might have a humming offense right now due to the motion offense Steve Kerr has put in place, but the team often finds itself needing offensive creation from individual players. While Stephen Curry is perfect for that role, there really isn't a reliable individual option offensively outside of him on the squad. Buddy Hield is the closest on-ball scorer, but even he isn't suited for that role in the long term. Cam Thomas would fill that need perfectly, averaging 24.6 points, 3.4 rebounds, and 3.1 assists this season. Even when he was teammates with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, Thomas proved he could make serious offensive contributions to a winning team. His skill set has since expanded and the 23-year-old is playing on an expiring contract, incentivizing him to maximize his production to secure his future as well. The Warriors will be taking a risk with an addition like this, especially if Thomas struggles to adjust to the team defensively. But his scoring upside might finally give the Warriors a reliable option who can fit alongside Curry and potentially carry that role forward in the post-Curry era for the franchise. This deal could work out perfectly for both franchises, given their trading on the potential of what these players can become. Podziemski isn't an offensive threat right now, but is just in his sophomore season and has tons of room for development. Thomas is proven as an NBA-level scorer, ensuring he provides that to the Warriors, but Golden State will hope he can add dimensions to his game, primarily defensively. If Podziemski doesn't develop, the Nets could still just retain a low-usage high-activity defender for the first few years of the rebuild on their roster, while Thomas will guarantee scoring outbursts for the Warriors even if he can't find a home in Golden State defensively. The pick they give up might sting but won't tie them up in the future in any way, especially if they stay one of the top records in the NBA. Warriors face Pelicans, out to stay perfect in NBA Cup play. The Golden State Warriors hope to retain the inside track to the NBA Cup semifinals when they visit the injury-ravaged New Orleans Pelicans on Friday night. With NBA Cup home wins over the Dallas Mavericks and Memphis Grizzlies under their belt, the Warriors will be looking not only to remain as the only unbeaten team in West Group C but also improve their point differential should it become needed. The Pelicans beat the Denver Nuggets in their only previous home game in the in-season tournament. At 1-1, they are tied with the Nuggets and Mavericks for second place in the group, but could drop the Warriors back to the pack with a win Friday. New Orleans has struggled big time since its 101-94 victory over the Nuggets last Friday, falling to the Los Angeles Lakers, Mavericks, and Cleveland Cavaliers by a total of 74 points. They are coming off a 128-100 shellacking at Cleveland on Wednesday. One positive from Wednesday's game was the play of rookie guard Antonio Reeves, who exploded for 34 points in a season-high 40 minutes. The Kentucky product had totaled just 23 points in his first 8 games, and wasn't even on the active roster when the Pelicans were swept in a pair of October games at Golden State. But with Zion Williamson, Trey Murphy III, Brandon Ingram, C.J. McCollum, DeJounte Murray, Herbert Jones, Jordan Hawkins, and Jose Alvarado all out of the lineup, Reeves took advantage of an opportunity coach Willie Green said he worked hard to get. It's a credit to Coach Jody Meeks and our Birmingham Squadron, G League, team, Green insisted. Reeves, coming into the gym every day, getting his shots up, paying attention, and game plan discipline. It all pays off when you get on the floor. Already winners of 6 road games this season, the Warriors have no such health issues. They are missing only DeAnthony Melton, ruled out of the season this week with a partially torn left ACL. Lindy Waters III has stepped into Melton's starting spot and contributed at least 2 3-pointers to each of Golden State's last 3 games. He had 10 points in Wednesday's 120-97 home win over the Atlanta Hawks. Buddy Hield, 11 points, and Jonathan Kuminga, 10, were among 5 others who also scored in double figures for the Warriors. They did so off the bench. Keeping them together was a big part in the decision to promote Waters, Warriors coach Steve Kerr noted after Wednesday's win. He's a good fit next to that group, Kerr said of a starting lineup that includes Stephen Curry, Andrew Wiggins, Draymond Green and Tracy Jackson-Davis. I like bringing Buddy off the bench. The bench group has been really good this year. Starting with Lindy allows us to keep the bench intact and gives us another shooter and defender in the starting lineup. Waters had 21 points as a reserve and Hield 28 as a starter when their roles were reversed in a 124-106 home win over the Pelicans last month that tipped off a 2-game, same-site series. Hield, 21 points, returned to the bench for the rematch, a 104-89 Golden State triumph that allowed them to complete a sweep without Curry, who was nursing a strained left ankle.